Creative Magic Club.
What's up? This is Sarah Mack and welcome to Creative Magic Club. Together, we'll discover inspirational stories of creative entrepreneurs living out their dreams, doing the work they are most passionate about, and building wealth in magical and fun ways. While building a six-figure income as a writer and coach, helping other women to launch their dream businesses, I've connected with so many incredible people and seen it proven again and again that you can thrive financially doing whatever it is you are passionate about. I am here to share life-changing strategies for mindset, making money, and reaching more people with your work in a business and life filled with creativity, freedom, and fun. Hi, Sarah Mack here, and welcome back to the Creative Magic Club podcast, your place to become a six-figure creative, live wildly rich and creatively free, doing the work that you love most. And it's Capricorn season, and I'm going to share with you some content marketing secrets. And I want to share some of the key support structures that have helped me to build a six-figure brand that consistently makes money. So Capricorn energy is that 10th house energy. It's ambitious, leadership, entrepreneurial mindset, consistent, dedicated action vibes. It's maturity, responsibility, career ambition, and reputation. It's grounding earth energy, structure, and stability that comes from consistent effort and support systems and structures. It's also cardinal energy. So it's very much that getting started energy, which is so important to have systems and structures of support to maintain. And that's really like the success of Capricorn energy, is having systems and structures to maintain that work ethic, that dedication, and all of that momentum that comes from that cardinal energy. It's about having the idea, but then actually seeing it through, doing the detailed work. That maybe isn't always the fun part of it. That's really unavoidable to bring our creative visions and ideas to life and to actually share them with people and see the results that we envision. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the planet that brings with it the hard lessons of discipline. It's, when we think back to the way that we used to learn things in school, I don't know if you've ever studied a language, but it's just repetition. It's like having to say the same word over and over and over again until it goes from, I have no idea what this even means, I couldn't even remember this if I tried to, okay, now it feels a little bit more familiar, now I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with this, to this is coming a little more naturally to me, to I know this like the back of my hand, it's in my subconscious and I can pull this word out without consciously needing to think about it or without needing to refer to my notebook or a dictionary. I'm learning Farsi at the moment because my husband is Persian, and I've never studied Farsi before, even though I've been surrounded by it for the 12 years of our relationship, and it's even a different alphabet, which has been really fun to learn. But I've been through that process of like the stress of I am dumb. I know nothing. This is highly uncomfortable. My teacher asks me a question and I literally have no freaking clue what the answer is. And I'm like manically flipping through my notebook to look to the word, presuming that, I'm like, oh, well, if we learned this, then I wrote it down because I definitely need to look it up because my memory is retaining nothing right now. So Capricorn, check where it is in your chart. For me, in Placidus, it's across the 4th and 5th houses. So this is why I'm all about habits, and not just ticking off a to-do list or a habit tracker, which the Virgo rising in me is completely obsessed with. If you look at my passion planner, I have like 4 little sticky tabs of habits. No, I have even more. Yeah, I know I have a lot of habits. But sometimes I tick them off, sometimes I forget, but I get a lot of joy from doing that. I know not everyone is the same. And I think another really supportive way of reframing the habits conversation, if it makes your toes curl in a bad way, is creative ritual. Like what are those kind of things that we do regularly, or the order of things, or even the environments or the people who act as support systems And what do we mean by support system? It's just when you add things that bring more ease. Like when we think about doing yoga, sometimes when you're stretching and you can't quite reach, and then you bring in a block and that becomes, a raised surface that you then get to lean your energy into. It takes some of the weight for you. It creates ease. So what are the building blocks that you can bring in to your business, to your content marketing that bring ease? This is the key to success. Because yes, you're going to be building skill, and maybe there's areas of content and your brand and your sales systems in your business that feel like you're learning a whole new language and that give you a headache, and that you need a constant reference guide to refer back to because you haven't embodied these skills yet, but you're in the process of doing it. Obviously, the more you do it, the more repetition, the faster you are going to get better at it. But in the meantime, what support blocks can you bring in that create more ease, that allow you to sustain this journey to the results that you are after? And I'm really good at this. And this is why with my 7th house in Pisces, that's like the energy of my ideal client. It's that creative, boundless energy. So if you're here, if you've worked with me, if you're attracted to working with me, it's likely because you're highly, highly creative and you don't love boundaries and you love to be able to flow. You love to be limitless. You don't like to be boxed in. You don't like to be told you have to do things in a certain way. You have to do things your way. And I have the complementary energy to that. This is why I'm, having this awareness of my client compatibility in my chart guides absolutely every single conversation I have in my marketing, because I know that that's my gift. I'm creative too, so I get it, right? But I also have that gift of, I have a lot of balanced elements in my astrology chart. I have a little bit of everything. And so I have the creative fire. I have the, alchemical, powerfully emotional water, and the changeable and intellectual air, and the love of ideas and that curiosity. But I also have earth that creates the structure, that grounds it, that allows me to bring my creative ideas into the material. And I haven't always been good at that. This is a skill that I have learned to build, and that's why I'm good at teaching it. And this is how I've created success in my business as an ADHD-brained creative person, as a manifesting generator in human design. I love to switch things up. I'm a Gemini 10th house. I don't like to be boxed in. I don't like a rigid schedule. I mean, I love the idea of having a rigid schedule. The Virgo rising in me wishes I could stick to a rigid schedule, but I can't. It's impossible for me. It's almost like as soon as I create a schedule around something, or I create a hard and fast plan, there's a part of me that's like, cool, now we're going to just burn that to the ground and do something completely different. So it's taken a lot of trial and error to find ways to flow creatively within systems, rituals, and support containers that really become those support blocks, those sturdy banks of the river of my creativity, always guiding it and me to where I actually want to end up. Because this is what this is about, right? It's about ease and about fun on the way there, but it's really about where do you want to end up? Because that's like the dark side of that Pisces energy is, yes, we love that oneness. We love to feel like we're everywhere. What is it? Everywhere all the time, all at once, or something like that. Like no boundaries, connected to everything, that oneness. But when you want to go somewhere to a specific place, you've got to harness that scattered energy, because otherwise you're not going to get there. Right? So people hire me when they want to get to their income goals, and they want to get to them consistently. And we find what is it that's going to work for you as those sturdy riverbanks that feel good for you to flow in, that doesn't feel like a cage, that doesn't feel like it's completely shutting off your creativity, but that it's just gently guiding it so that there's Do you wish you knew exactly how to write a sales post to attract soulmate clients using the most powerful gifts from your astrology chart? Well, guess what? Now you can learn how for free. I'm going to share my cosmic copywriting secrets that have helped people to instantly turn strangers on the internet into buyers for their high ticket offers. In my 5-part training series, Cosmic Attraction Copywriting, you'll learn the mindset switch that takes my clients from feeling confused about their content or not feeling fully safe to share their story online to making sales more easily and naturally than ever before, with the astrological placement that unlocks a new level of depth in your storytelling that builds trust 10 times faster with the clients who are genuinely a very aligned fit to work with you. Plus, the messaging tweaks that take my clients from attracting people who can't afford it to easy sales into 5-figure offers with no sales calls. And you'll get clarity on the 3 things your soulmate clients need to hear from you consistently in your message to feel confident and excited to buy your offer. You'll also get my writing process prompts to share your story in a powerful way that stands out to the right people and leads to ready to buy clients popping up into your DMs asking to work with you. Click the link in the description for instant access to Cosmic Attraction Copywriting. More power and momentum moving you towards the destination that you actually want to reach around your income, the way that you're making your income, the way it feels as you are making that income and living your life in the process. So when it comes to content marketing, I have set up structures that allow me to succeed and to consistently reach the results I want or create continual momentum towards bigger and bigger goals. And again, always adjusting. I've been in business for 7 years now, and my life has radically changed, and I'm sure it will continue to radically change because that's life. And my business has been flexible and been able to adapt and be able to create space for me and to support me through, massive changes. And business, it has to be able to do that. You can't stop living your life while you run a business. So finding those ways that allow you to be consistent when you're on top of your game, you're in really high performance mode, when everything is working out for you, knowing what that looks like, but also knowing what it looks like when, you have a unexpected health situation, or, somebody in your family gets sick, or you move countries, or, any of these other things that can be very destabilizing. So we have to know what creates stability regardless as to any unstable life circumstances that may show up on my doorstep unannounced. So what this looks like for me is my content marketing begins with my morning practice. So this is actually how I got to my first 6-figure year and how I have continued to create content. I've shifted things around, in recent years, but I always come back to this because honestly it works the best, which is moving my body, getting my mind right, like meditation and some mindset work, eating, although to be honest with you, sometimes I create before I eat because I just get into that flow. Usually I do yoga, but I have to feel nourished. I have to feel like I'm creating from a full cup because that is always going to be my best flow. And most importantly, it's sustainable, right? Like, yes, we can push and we can not eat and we can skip things that take care of our health, but that's not going to last for very long. So because I built my business in the middle of a burnout, I'm a real stickler for filling my cup first. And if I ever sit down to create, so usually I create first thing after my morning ritual because I'm tapped in, because I'm in the flow, because it's always going to be easier than trying to come at it if I've been in some other type of left-brained mode. But if I ever sit down to create, which is actually what happened to me today, I'm flying out to New York tonight and I've got a lot that I want to get done so that I can take some time off over the next couple weeks. And I was I have been reading in bed in the morning instead of looking at my phone, which is going amazingly. I was feeling super inspired, jumped up, was like, okay, time to create some content. And I didn't feel like I was in flow. I felt like I was forcing it. And I know in that moment, okay, cool, let's just get back into flow. Let's use one of my tools to get into the right zone, because that's when content is going to come so much more easily. So what I did today is I picked up and I did money mindset journaling for 6 minutes, and then I was in the zone and I got right back into my content. Other things that help me, I'll pick up my guitar and sing a song, although I do sometimes struggle to put it down when that happens. I'll be like, I'll just play one song, and then half an hour later I'm still playing, so I can't put it down. Or I'll have a little dance party, put on a song, just like move my body, get into my body. Or I'll do some journaling, or I'll use my money mindset 6-minute money flossing tool, go and buy and read my book, The 6-Figure Creative by Sarah Mack, for the full scoop on that, and tons and tons and tons of other money mindset exercises that are going to tap you into flow and creative inspiration. And then creating content is just so much faster, more fun and easy than if I sit there staring at the blank page or just like trying to be strategic without having that creative flow. Learning to identify my triggers for content inspiration has been a game-changing part of my content creation process, like client calls, talking to clients in Voxer, receiving questions from my online community, which I ask for regularly, recording a podcast episode, being interviewed, taking a walk, stream of consciousness journaling. I know what activities tap me into inspiration and flow. Maybe for you, it's going for a run or taking a shower or taking care of your garden or cooking. So I purposefully create content around these activities, or I use these activities to get into the flow. And here's the thing, people feel the energy from which you create, and you actually write different words when you are tapped into inspiration than if you're just trying to write strategically perfect content based on the formula or based on what you quote unquote know works. So if you feel like you're forcing it, or you're being a robot, or you're just copying a template without infusing your unique voice into it, it just will hit differently. Other support structures I use, I'm always in some kind of coaching container or mastermind where I get access to a mentor to brainstorm content ideas and get feedback on my content. Having this kind of support structure helps me to feel held, inspired, and it also helps me to do my best work, because when you have someone to hold these conversations with you, it actually is less work than brainstorming and writing on your own. Like, brainstorming and getting feedback from someone is a fun process. You sitting there and trying to critique and brainstorm your own work, so fucking boring and dry, right? Or it can be. It can get tedious real freaking quickly. I don't know if you feel that. I definitely do. And I also use my astrology chart. Whenever I feel low confidence or uninspired or insecure for some reason, I look at my placements in my chart to remind me who the fuck I am. And I use my tailor-made journal prompts that I designed for myself that remind me to lead with my unique gifts, my talents, and my personal story. And I don't know, there's just something about seeing your entire life and personality reflected back to you in your astrology chart that it's really grounding. It cuts through the noise of the self-doubt, the self-judgment, the self-criticism. It can anchor you out of any of those wobbly emotions that we just pick up from throughout the day to feeling that certainty and that confidence and that conviction in who you are, that when you can translate that into your content, it's going to hit differently. It's going to stand out. It's going to let people see you and really see you for who you are. And that's the type of content that leads to you finding your soulmate clients who are the most compatible for your work, because it's so freaking clear who you are. Often we feel confused because we're actually up against the very normal parts of entrepreneurship, which is taking risks, fearing rejection or failure, and doing uncomfortable shit that grows our capacity and potential, all of which are entirely unavoidable. It's that Capricornian Saturn lessons, right? We have to do the shit that we resist if we want different and new and fun and expansive and incredible results. So creating support to make all this feel easier is the smartest path to faster, more consistent results and to having way more fun, and it consuming way less energy on our way there. Like that block in yoga, we're gonna exert less energy, which means staying in it for the long haul and it being enjoyable for the long haul is so much more likely than if you're constantly straining or what's the word I'm looking for? Like overarching. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what's coming out right now. So my key support structures that have helped me to build a 6-figure brand that consistently makes more money. I love having a weekly check-in with a mentor to use as a deadline to create the content pieces that I know are going to lead to more sales of my high-ticket offer. So I'll use any type of check-in with my mentor, whether it's a call, whether it's a Voxer check-in, whether it's, some type of a training that I'm attending. I'll use it as a deadline for myself to get that next piece of content done and to like sit down and do the work, knowing that this is a hard deadline, that I know I can get some feedback that's going to move these content pieces along that I know are going to make it easier for me to make sales for my offer. So I'll use this for things like new sales pages, masterclass sign up pages, launch emails, and social media content. These are the key content pieces that I'm producing regularly with each offer launch. Then I like to have a bank of content prompts to use when I do sit down to create social media content to really guide me to stick to my clear brand mission that's in alignment with me, to not get sidetracked by what I've seen other people doing on Instagram, and to make sure that all my content is relevant not only to my soul clients and to remember who exactly I'm speaking to, but also to my current launch goals and having that clear content strategy for each launch. I also have a VA who does all the back end stuff that actually gets my content to my people. Sometimes I'll post and schedule stuff myself, but I can't tell you how much ease it brings to the process when you have someone to publish and repurpose for you. Even when it doesn't take that long. I used to feel silly outsourcing tasks like, please post this post to Facebook, because, it could literally take me 5 minutes. But we know that there will always be those days where the app glitches and you have to upload it 50 times, and it does take a freaking long time, right? Like carousels. I think it was my book cover carousel I made myself the other day. It was the first carousel I'd posted myself. It literally took me an hour, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I could not live without my VA. Plus, I suck at graphics, so I just always have needed support with that. And I had a VA from very, very, very early on, and I know that this is a point where a lot of people get caught up and they get stuck and they feel resistance and like it's going to be hard and it's going to cost so much money and blah, 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 blah. I promise you, this is like one of the biggest needle moving things you can do to create more consistency and cash flow in your business, is to just get a flipping VA, even if it's for 1 hour a week to start. You can start small and build up from there, but just having that partner, even if it's just to have a weekly meeting where it helps you to get clear on what your priorities and content pieces are for the week. Plus, I have my podcast editor. So other than those support pieces, I really see me getting into the flow in my morning routine that I do before content as like a key support ritual. The next level for me is I'm working on a content calendar to really take things to new levels of intentionality and quality in building my brand. So stay tuned for more updates on that. And of course, I cannot forget to mention a consistent money mindset practice, because especially when you're selling high ticket, we question ourselves, especially when you're a personal brand, right? If no one's signing up, if you're not getting any bites, if you're not getting any sales, all of the gremlins are going to rear their ugly head. All of those voices of anything that anyone ever said to you that was mean in your entire past of being a human is going to crawl to the front of your brain space and be like, oh yeah, like you suck. Nobody likes you. You smell. You're not good enough. Whatever flavor of rejection your brain is so afraid that you might experience again. And confidence is actually something that we can choose. And it's a result of using the tools that produce a mindset of confidence, which is so crucial. Like I said, when you're a personal brand, when you're the face of your business and your offers, and you're stretching yourself, or if you're doing something new, and especially when you're selling high ticket offers and you're like, hey, spend thousands of dollars of your hard-earned money working with me. Like, you have to feel extremely confident that what you're delivering is valuable and that people want it and that you're good enough. And all of these are thought processes that you get to choose on a daily basis. And that's why money mindset is really a non-negotiable support structure. And I'm going to be teaching how to use your astrology chart to tap into consistent confidence, as well as clear copywriting and authentic storytelling that attracts your most compatible clients in my upcoming mastermind, the Cosmic Copy Mastermind. I'm so excited about this. It's a combination of really all the things I'm very, very, very good at and that have helped my clients to make a lot of fucking money over the past years. And we're going to be very focused on it, and you're going to get my in-depth support in applying these tools and these skill sets in your business so that you can fill your high ticket offer every month and have so much fun doing it in a way that's truly authentic to you. So early bird pricing is available until the end of the month. DM me on Instagram at SarahMacMagic, send me the word mastermind, and I will send you the full details. So I could go on and on the topic of support structures and rituals Do you like this topic? Tell me. Tell me if you want me to talk more on this topic. If you have specific questions, let me know, and I could actually turn this into a series. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. Please go to iTunes and leave a review if you haven't already. Send me a screen grab of it to fun@withsarahmac.com and you will be entered to win a one-on-one coaching call with me. And if you know someone who could benefit from this, or if you know your community would love this episode, please share it on your socials and tag me at Creative Magic Club or Sarah Mac Magic. And thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love. Bye. For more inspirational content, head over to my website withsarahmac.com and please support the show by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Are you a healer, witch, creative, or magical entrepreneur who's ready to fill your high-ticket one-on-one or group coaching program, and you want a sales page that will do the selling for you? Maybe you're tired of having a calendar full of sales calls and you want a sales page that can clearly articulate your offer and guide interested clients to feel ready to buy without needing to talk to you first. Maybe you already have a sales page and people are clicking on it but not reaching out, and you want to feel clear on what to say and what not to say to turn interested people into actual buyers. Having sales pages for my offers has led to filling a high-ticket group coaching program with 10 clients at $1,000 each while traveling on vacation for 2 weeks and launching using repurposed content. Having 5-figure months from sales into my $5,000 evergreen mastermind with no live launching beyond daily social media content. Signing clients into my $17,000 private mentorship program with no sales calls. When you book my Cosmic Sales Intensive, you'll walk away with a full, clear, compelling sales page for your high-ticket offer that will attract ready-to-buy clients and that you can continue to make sales with for years to come. Clients who have been through this offer have created a sales page that went on to sell out a high-ticket relationship coaching mastermind, had 20 applications within 48 hours of publishing, sold several $15,000 private mentorship packages, and even had a 6-figure launch with the sales page and content strategy we created within just a few weeks. Stop losing people with fluffy language that sounds the same as so many others in your industry, and clearly articulate why your work is worth $5,000 to $10,000 plus, even when you sell things like astrology, human design, breathwork, mindset coaching, or energy work. Book your Cosmic Sales Intensive now at withsarahmac.com or via the link in my description.